Hello everybody and welcome to this new Photoshop video tutorial, and in this one I will show you how to create animations using your beloved software Photoshop. So after going through the basics of the tools available in Photoshop, we will create our first animation, this simple arrow animation using just simple tools, and then we will create this banner ad here used in web pages, and then we will create this CINEMAGRAPH here. And if you stay and watch all the videos, you will have a bonus and another animation. So just make sure you watch the entire video, subscribe to the channel, and give it a like. Thanks. Hello everybody and welcome to this new video. So in this video I will show you the basics of animation in Photoshop. So first things first, you need to know that Photoshop gives you this, you gotta click in this icon here, and Photoshop gives you a lot of workspaces to work with. So if you click for example on 3D, it's gonna change the layout of Photoshop. If you for example click on graphics, so it depends on your needs, whether you're using Photoshop for animation or for photography or other things. In our cases we are using Photoshop for for motion, okay? But I know most of you here who are watching this course are comfortable, or at least feels more comfortable using the essentials layout or the essentials workspace. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. And to work with animation, you have to go into window and go into timeline, click on timeline. Okay, so here we have our timeline, and here all the magics happen. So you have two modes for animation. The first one is create video timeline, the second one is create frame animation. So our first example, we are going to use create frame animation. So to do this, as you can see here, I have my background layer, and if I click on create frame animation, I need to re-click on this icon to confirm it, and here we have our first frame here in the timeline. So let me create, for example, I'm gonna go and select my rectangle tool, and I'm gonna create a little rectangle here. Okay, so what I need now is to create on this icon here, just as you create a new layer here, I'm gonna create on this icon just like this one, and with this layer selected, it's gonna create another frame for me with the same elements that I had in the first frame. Okay, so as you can see, now it creates also a layer here. I have my rectangle layer. So now, for example, if I move this all the way here, for example, I have now two frames, one with this rectangle at the beginning and the second with the rectangle at the end. If I want to make an animation, or at least a fluid animation, because right now I have my animation as you can see, but it's not fluid, I can drag more, I can have more frames and make the, for example, this one here and then the next one here, but Photoshop can make it for me. And to do that, all I have to do is select both layers. So click on the first or the second as you like, and then you press on your keyboard, press shift and click on the other layer here, and then go to this icon here, a little ball here. I'm gonna click on it, and as you can see, I have my options here. So for example, the frames to add, it asks you for the frames to add. How many frames do you want in between those two frames? Okay, so let's say that I have 5 frames here, that I want to add 5 frames, so in total it will be 7. I will add 5 plus those 2, so it will be 7. And the parameters that will be animated are those here. So we have the position, the opacity, and the effects. All those parameters can be animated. So if I click OK, it generated 5 layers or 5 frames for me, excuse me. Okay, so this one, then it goes here, 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 here to the end. Now if I play my animation, it's much smoother. Let's say that I want to delete this frame here, for example. If I select it and press delete on my keyboard, it will delete the element that I created. It deleted the rectangle and from all my frames here. So let me undo that with the Control Z or Command Z. And to delete a frame, I need to select it and drag and drop it to the trash here, and it's got deleted. Okay, so now I have a big jump between this frame and frame. And here also you have the time, which is 0. This is the time that this frame will remains in the timeline. Okay, so if I play right now, all the frames are 0 seconds. Let me pause. For example, I'm gonna make this one 0.2, and if I play, you see it stops right here for 0.2 seconds, and then it continues. I can select all of them and make change in one frame. For example, let's make it all 0.5, and all the frames changed the time to 0.5. Okay, so as you can see, it will move by 0.5 seconds. Okay, so now let me delete all of these frames here. So I'm gonna just drag and drop to the trash, and I have my frame here. I'm gonna create another one. Okay, it's created the same frame for me. So let's say that this one here right now, I want the opacity to be 0. Or the first one, I'm gonna select the first frame, and I want the opacity to be 0, as you can see now. So the second one, the opacity will be 100. Okay, so the first one 0, the second 100, as you can see. So right now, if I select both of them and again go to this button here, so right now the first time it animated the position. Right now, because the opacity has changed, it will animate the opacity. Okay, so again 5, I will add 5 frames in the middle and click OK. And as you can see here, I have nothing, and right now the opacity is a little bit higher, as you can see. Again. Okay, so if I play my animation, okay, to make it smoother, I'm just gonna select everything and choose the time of no delay 0. Okay, play my animation, as you can see. Okay, so this is for the basics of animation in Photoshop. Thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Hello everybody, and welcome to this new video. So in this one, we will create our first animation in Photoshop. So let's start here. I'm going to create a new document. So File, New. I'm going to choose a custom size. It's going to be 1000 per 500 pixels. The resolution of 72 for web. 72 is for web. So if you want to create a specific banner ad, for example, for your website, then there are different sizes for banner ads, and you just have to Google them. So just type in Google banner ad sizes, and it's gonna show you the different sizes available. I'm just gonna stick with this custom size here. I'm gonna create my new document. Okay, so again, I'm gonna create a frame animation. Click on here to confirm, and we have our first frame here. So what I will do here is create a rectangle, just like that. Okay, and then with my frame selected here, I'm just gonna click on this icon to create another frame. So in this frame, I want to move and duplicate this. So in this frame here, I want to duplicate and move this rectangle. So what I will do is click on the move tool, or just press V on your keyboard, and I'm gonna press and hold the Alt key on my keyboard and drag and drop with the mouse. Okay, so I'm gonna drag for about 60 pixels right there. And with this frame here selected, I'm gonna create another frame, and again I'm gonna press and hold the Alt key, drag and drop So Photoshop is smart enough to remember that I moved with 60 pixels. So again, I'm gonna create a new frame here. Hold the Alt key, press and hold, and drag and drop again. 60 pixels. And a last frame. Press and hold the Alt key and drag and drop with my mouse. 60 frames. That's it. So as you can see, we start with just one rectangle, and as we created more frames, it added these rectangles to all the preceding frames. So what I want to do here, so this frame here is okay, it has all the rectangles that I want, this one too, but the first 3 frames have a lot more. So what I will do is select the first 3 frames. I'm gonna click on this one and then hold the shift key on my keyboard and press the first and click on the first one. And right now I'm gonna choose to uncheck this frame here because I don't want it. And then so this frame here is okay, this one is okay, but the first 2 has more rectangles, so I'm gonna just select those 2 frames. I'm gonna uncheck also this one here, and then select just the first frame and uncheck this one. So right now I have my little animation here up. As you can see, there's a little mess here. It's in this frame. This rectangle should appear. This is it. Okay, so I'm just gonna re-enable it in here, and right now I fixed my animation. Up. This frame here also, so I'm just gonna re-enable it, and right now my animation should work smoothly. So what I want to do is go to the last frame. I'm just gonna again create a new frame here, and this rectangle, I'm gonna click on this rectangle, and again with the Alt key I'm just gonna drag and drop to make a duplicate, one above and one below. Okay, so what I will do right now, I'm just gonna click on this rectangle here, and on my keyboard I'm gonna press Ctrl T or Command T, and look at my cursor how it changed to this little icon here. So right now if I click, I can rotate my rectangle, and if I press the shift key on my keyboard, I can rotate it by 15 degrees. So I'm gonna rotate it by 44 degrees and press enter to confirm on my keyboard. I'm just gonna reposition it and then do the same thing to this rectangle here. Ctrl T, and I can rotate right now, but I'm just gonna press and hold the shift key to rotate it by 15 degrees. I'm gonna rotate it with 45 degrees. Excuse me. Drag and drop to 45 and press enter to confirm, and I'm gonna reposition it. Okay, so let me check my other frames. As you can see, I have those one here that should not appear in the other frame. So I'm gonna select all the preceding frames, click on this one, and then hold the shift on my keyboard and click on the first, and I'm gonna uncheck those 2 rectangles here again. So I'm gonna click on this frame here and create one last frame, and in this one I'm gonna again duplicate those frames. So hold the Alt key on your keyboard and drag and drop to duplicate this one, and also I'm gonna do this with this rectangle here. Hold the Alt key and drag and drop to duplicate it, and let me check those preceding frames. Okay, so here we are. So I'm gonna check those, all of those. These frames should not appear in this. Okay, so right now my animation is smooth, and if I play it, I have my little arrow that is animated. Okay, so now that we created our animation, we have to export it. So To export this animation, you have to follow these steps. So go to File, Export, and Save for Web. Okay, here make sure that you have GIF selected, otherwise it won't export the animation. And here you can choose whether you want your looping animation to loop just once, okay, or forever, or other, okay. For example, if you want your animation to loop, for example, 10 times and then it's gonna stop, or you want it to loop forever, okay, you click on Save and you save your animation. To view it, you just have to drag and drop it into your favorite web browser. So that's it for our first animation. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next one. Hello everybody and welcome to this new video. So in this video we will create a commercial banner ad for Adidas. Okay, so I have for you some images here of Adidas. So this is a t-shirt and this is the logo, and I'm gonna import both of them into Photoshop. So let me select both of them and drag and drop here in Photoshop. So for the t-shirt, let's just press enter on our keyboard, and then for the logo I'm gonna make it bigger. I'm gonna press Alt on my keyboard and put my cursor over here and drag and drop a little bit and then press enter. Okay, so right now I have my two layers here, one layer for the logo and one layer for the t-shirt and my background layer. So I'm just gonna turn this logo here off. Okay, select the layer of my t-shirt and I'm gonna go to this icon here, click on it and then choose hue and saturation, and here I'm gonna play a little bit with the colors. So if you modify this wheel here, it will change the color. So for example, let's say the first color will be this one, and I'm gonna uncheck this one, create another hue and saturation, and this one let's push it all the way here, for example, for the second color, and then uncheck it, create another hue and saturation. This one, let's make it, for example, red. Remember to always uncheck those colors, because otherwise they will merge with each other. Okay, so for right now I have 4 colors of my t-shirt. So I have the original blue, and then my no, it's green for me, and then my other green, and then my red color. Okay, so I'm gonna create a text which is the slogan for Adidas. So let me create a text here and I'm gonna call it, okay, so I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. So okay, 72, impossible is nothing. Okay, and then I'm gonna click on this icon here and press the V on my keyboard to move it around, and let me put it right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna uncheck this little icon here also. So right now I have all my elements ready to be animated. So let's go to our timeline and make sure we have frame animation here. If you have video timeline, then you choose again frame animation and click on it. So right now we have our first frame. Okay, let me create the second frame. Click on this icon, and what I want to do is have my t-shirt come from the outside to the middle. So I will go to the first frame, bring my, excuse me, you have to select your layer here. So I'm gonna bring my t-shirt to the outside. Okay, just like that. And in my second layer I'm gonna bring it back. If you can't select it, make sure this auto select is unchecked, okay? Because if you have this auto select checked, you can't bring your t-shirt, but if you uncheck this, then you will bring it right in the middle. Let's say here. Okay, so I have my animation here, and I'm gonna select both frames and make a smooth animation. So I'm gonna give it 5 frames to add. Click OK, and right now I have my animation here. So let me go to the last frame, and right now what I want to do is change the color. So I want this frame to stay a little bit longer to show the first color, so I'm gonna choose 0.5. You can choose whatever you want. For example, you can choose other and type in whatever you want. I'm just gonna stick with 0.5 and duplicate this frame, create a new frame, and in this frame what I want to do, I want to turn on the first color, as you can see. Then I'm gonna duplicate this frame again. I'm gonna turn on this color and choose the second color, and again duplicate this one. Remember that when you duplicate a layer, it remembers all of its settings. So I made the first color 0.5 seconds, and it remembered for the other frames also. So again, this layer, I'm gonna turn off this color and choose this one. So right now I have my animation for all the t-shirt colors. Okay, I'm gonna stick with the last one. Again, I'm gonna duplicate it, and now I want my logo to appear. So I want my logo to appear, and I want my t-shirt to disappear. Okay, so I'm gonna uncheck both of these t-shirts. So right now if I select my 2 last frames, click on this icon and make 5 frames in the middle, Photoshop is smart enough to know that I want my t-shirt to disappear and my logo to appear. Okay, so let me play this animation. The problem is it recognized, or it remembered that I chosen 0.5 seconds, so I'm gonna choose my frames that I created in the middle, and I'm gonna select all of them and choose no delay. Okay, let me play again my animation. Okay, it should go smoother for you. I think my Photoshop is just slowing down, but this animation should go a lot more smoother here because I have 0 delay here and 0 delay here. So let's continue with the last frame, and we will see the final result in the export. So here we are in the final frame. I want here my text to appear, so I'm gonna, for this frame for example, I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter because I'm gonna add the text. I'm gonna make it 0.2 seconds, and I'm gonna duplicate this frame here. So in this final frame I want also my text to appear. Okay, where's my text? Should be in the, okay, so let me make it here. Impossible is nothing. Okay, so let's play our animation. And as you can see in the last frame, we have our text here. So let's export our animation now. Go to File, Export, and Save for Web. And here, remember to always check GIF, because it's GIF animation. You told you can choose whether the loop is going to be forever or once, or as much times that you want. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it to forever. So let me save my animation and show you the result. So right now, if I drag and drop my animation inside my Chrome or any web browser that you want, let me drop it, and here we have our animation to play. I told you that the animation should be a lot more smoother. I don't like the text here that appears here, so you can delete it or you can animate it the way that you want. This is it for our banner for Adidas. Thanks for watching it and see you in the next one. Hello everybody and welcome to this new video. So in this video I want to make a quick fix for the transition between the t-shirt and the logo. As you can see in this image here, the logo, the line is pretty obvious here and I don't want that. So there are two options to fix that. The first one is the most obvious and will be to select the layer here. So you select the logo layer, press Ctrl T on your keyboard and press and hold the Alt key, drag and drop to make it bigger, and then once you're satisfied, press the Enter key on your keyboard, and now the transition is much more smoother. There is no line that appears in here. The second one is you go to Google and you search for PNG file with the transparent background, and you can size your logo in whatever size you want. We can do even better with our animation, so let's try something different. I'm gonna delete those layers here. So select them and drag them to the trash. Okay. Let's say that I want this t-shirt to move from center to the left and then bring my logo from right to the center. So to do that, I'm gonna select my frame here and make sure you have the right layer selected here. And I'm gonna create a new frame, and this time I'm gonna drag and drop the t-shirt to the left. Okay, and then I'm gonna select those two frames. So remember, you select the first frame with the shift key on your keyboard, select the second frame, then I'm gonna make this animation here. I'm gonna add 5 layers, and as you can see, Photoshop automatically creates my animation for me. Okay, then I'm gonna select this one. I'm gonna select also the layer here and push it all the way to the right. Okay, and then create a new frame and bring it back to the center. And then again, I'm gonna select those 2 frames and add some 5 frames in between, and here we are. So this is how you can tweak your animations. You can play with them. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next one. Hello everybody and welcome to this new video. So in this video I will show you how to create cinemagraphs with Photoshop. So cinemagraphs, as you can see, is a still image in which only one part or some parts are moving. So in our case, this part here only is moving. Okay, so this is the cinemagraph that we will be creating for this video. So fire up your Photoshop, okay, and go to File, Open, and in your project files go to Cinemagraphs and choose Soda Drink. This will open a new tab here. I'm gonna exit this one. When we import a video inside Photoshop, it will create this video group. If you don't see this timeline window here, go to Window and choose Timeline. Okay, so now we have to specify the beginning and the end of our video. So this is all a wasting part of the video, or a wasted part of the video. So I will go, let's say here. So this will be the beginning of our video, and I'm gonna drag all the way to this part here. Okay, so now it automatically takes this clip and brings it to the beginning. So now I need to specify the end of my video. So right there. And now I will bring this part here. Okay, so we have our video, and if I play, it's looping, as you can see. And what I want to do now is I'm gonna zoom in inside my video. With this little icon here, you can zoom to see more frames of your video. So now I need to take an image and make it on top of this video. So remember, all the parts of this video should be still, only this will be the moving part. So I will choose a spot, for example right there, and I'm gonna create an image from this part of the video. And to do that, on your keyboard press Ctrl Shift Alt and E. Remember, Ctrl Shift Alt and E, and this will bring this layer 2 here. This is an image and it's inside of our video group. What I want to do is drag and drop this image outside this video group. So you drag and drop until you see this blue line here, not the blue square but the blue line, and you let go. And now we have this image in separately in the timeline. Okay, so I will bring it all the way to the beginning, and let me zoom out and bring this part to the end of our video, just like that. So now if I play, nothing is moving because I have my image on top of the layers. So what I need to do now is make sure that I have selected this image here and click on this icon that says create layer mask. Okay, so now make sure also that you are selecting this thumbnail here, this white thumbnail, not the image but this white thumbnail here. Then choose the brush tool, and with your colors make sure that you have the block color selected. Okay, you choose the block color. So in fact, imagine that this layer here or this image is a wall, and if I paint a part in this wall, it will be a window that let us view what's below this wall here. So what I will do is I'm gonna zoom in inside my video. To zoom in, you press the Alt key on your keyboard, and you with the mouse you scroll up and down to zoom in and out. Okay, so I'm gonna make my brush bigger, and to do that also you press and hold the Alt key, and with the mouse you right click, drag to the right to make it bigger, drag to the left to make it smaller. Okay, so I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, and now I will brush whatever part I want to move. So I will brush here. So I'm gonna hide this layer here just to show you the result. I will brush in here. Okay, that should be fine for me. So I'm gonna click on this eye here again, and if I play my image, as you can see, the final result is very good. We have everything is still and this part here is moving. So I'm gonna press on my keyboard Ctrl 0, and I don't want this part here to show. Okay, I don't want my hands holding this to show. So what I will do is crop my image or my cinemagraph all the way here, press enter on my keyboard, and this is the final result. Okay, now to export our cinemagraph, you go to File, Export, and Save for Web. Make sure that this is a GIF animation. Okay, make sure here you are selecting GIF, and also that in this looping options, make sure that you are selecting forever. Okay, I don't know why it's taking so long for me. Okay, that's it. And make sure you are selecting forever and GIF, and you save your video. This will save it to a GIF, which is considered an image. If you want to save it into a video, then what you need to do is go to File, Export, and Render Video. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching it, and see you in the next one. Hello everybody and welcome to this new video. So in this one we will create a day and night animation. So we have this scene here of city and it's daylight, and we're gonna turn this into a night time, and we are going to animate the transition between the day and night. So first of all, let's duplicate this layer here. So you can duplicate by selecting the layer and pressing Ctrl G on your keyboard, okay, or you can drag and drop here, okay, or you can go to layer, duplicate layer, okay. So we have now two layers of the same image, okay, and what we need to do is we are going to name this one day, and this one is gonna be night. So just double click on it and give it the name that you want. So to turn this scene from day to night, first of all we need to transform this into smart filter. So we go to filter, convert to smart filters, okay, click OK here, and now it's smart filter. So first of all, to turn this into a night scene, you go to image, adjustment, and you choose curves, and here right in the middle here I'm gonna click and drag just like that. See the result? Press OK. Don't go here and choose curves, okay, because this will create a new layer and we don't want this, okay. You just have to go to image, adjustment, curves. So see the first difference? In a night scene the saturation is down, okay. So next we will go to image, adjustment, hue and saturation. Let me bring this one here, and we're gonna lower the saturation just like that, and even the lightness we're gonna bring it a little bit like that. Press OK. Another thing we need to do is go to image, adjustment, and this time we are going to choose color balance, and a night scene is a little bluish, okay. So we are going to increase the blues here and even the cyan a little bit, just like that, okay. So just play with the settings to see what suits you most. Click OK. So here is our night scene. So we turn this day scene into a night scene. But now I want to recover some lights that are in the building. So what I need to do is I'm gonna select this thumbnail here, click on this thumbnail, and with the brush tool and a black color I'm gonna lower the size of my brush tool. I'm gonna zoom in and again lower the size again, just like that. I'm gonna brush over it, okay, to recover some colors. Just make sure you are selecting this thumbnail here. So again I'm gonna brush here, here, if you think that the colors are popping a lot, you can lower the opacity, for example, to, I don't know, 40% or 50%. Okay, so that's enough for this video. I don't want my video to be that long, so just do the rest of the buildings if you want, okay. I'm just gonna stick here and show you what we need to do next. So next we are going to choose create frame animation, okay. So just choose create frame animation, click on it, and we have our first frame. So our first frame, I'm just gonna hide this layer here. I'm gonna make it a day frame, and I'm gonna create a new frame here, and then I'm gonna turn it to the night frame, okay. And I'm gonna choose both of these frames. So just select the first one, shift click on your keyboard, shift press on your keyboard, press and hold, and then click on the first layer here, and then I'm gonna choose this icon. I'm gonna add 10 frames in between and hit OK. Okay, this is good. But then if I play my animation, I have a day to night, as you can see, but from night to day it's not smooth. So what I need to do is gonna add another animation, and I'm gonna turn it to day, then shift click with this one. Or what I can do, let me undo this. What I can do is, by selecting the last one, I'm gonna click on this icon here again, and I'm gonna choose with first frame. Okay, so tween with first frame and add 10 more animation, 10 more frames here, and click OK. Okay, as you can see, it adds our day scene here. So let me, for this scene, I'm gonna give it a 1 second, for example, or 2 seconds. And from my scene here, I'm gonna give it 1 second. Let's play our animation. And here we are. So now all you have to do is to export your animation. Just go to File, Export, Save for Web, and choose your GIF animation. Thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next one.